She is 17 years old. She has servants who braid her hair, horses who respond to her touch, and a bedroom in the fairy castle. And every single morning she wakes up knowing that all of it is not really hers, because she's human, and in a fairy world that's the one thing you can't ever change. Hey guys! Welcome to Next Chapter English. I am Anna, and today we are reading Holly Black, The Cruel Prince, Chapter 2. Last time we talked about how Holly Black uses contrast to build atmosphere. Today, it's something different. How she builds a character without ever just telling you who they really are. Let's go. 10 years have passed since the prologue. Jude is 17 now. Maddox, the man who killed her parents on a drowsy Sunday afternoon, brought her and her sisters to Faerie. This is where she lives now. This is her home, not just a visit. The chapter opens with Jude sitting at her dressing table and an imp called Tatterfell is braiding her hair. And already Holly Black is doing something clever. Tatterfell isn't just a servant. She's been with Jude since she was a child. She smeared fairy ointment over Jude's eyes to give her true sight, so that she could see through glamour. She strung rowan berries around her neck to resist enchantments. She reminded her to wear stockings inside out so that she'd never be led astray in the forest. That word, glamour, in ordinary English it means beauty or allure. But here, it means something more specific. It's a fairy spell that makes you see something that isn't real. To see through glamour means to see the truth. And Jude needs ointment smeared over her eyes just to live in this world. Think about it for a second. Tatterfell tells Jude that it's an honor to dance with High King's court. And Jude says, yeah, it's great. Flat. Unconvinced. And then Holly Black gives us this brilliant detail that fairies can't lie. They focus on words and ignore tone entirely. So Tatterfell takes Jude's answer as genuine enthusiasm. But we don't. We hear the sigh before it. This is Jude's whole situation in 2 lines. She has to live in the world, she has to perform gratitude she doesn't feel, and nobody around her can even tell the difference. Then Tatterfell suggests that someone might ask for Jude's hand in marriage. It's an easy way to stay in court permanently. And Jude's response is immediate. I want to win my place. 4 words, but they are the most important 4 words in this chapter. She does not want to be given anything. She wants to earn it on her own terms, through her own skill, not through someone else choosing her. Now here is what Holly Black does something very subtle. Taryn rushes in, full of energy, talking about having fun tonight, and we get this very small moment. Jude sits up and looks at herself self-consciously in the mirror. Self-consciously, that feeling of being suddenly aware of how you look. A little unsure, a little uncomfortable. And then Taryn bounces off the bed and knocks over Jude's stuffed animals. A koala, a snake, a black cat, all beloved of my 7-year-old self. I cannot bear to throw any of my old relics, she said. Relics, not toys, relics. Like objects from another world, another life, meaning something sacred. She's 17 now and she still has them on her bed. She can't let go of the human world entirely, even though she fights to belong in this one. And then the knife. As Taryn guides her out of the room, Jude's hand goes down automatically to check if her knife is still there, if it's still attached to her hip. She doesn't even think about it. Her body just does it automatically. That's a nervous habit, and it's not the habit that shows weakness. It shows that someone has learned that the world is dangerous and has quietly, completely adapted to the danger. Downstairs, Maddox is waiting with his second wife, Oriana, pale as skim milk, unnerving like a ghost, dressed in green and gold. And Oriana's warning to Taryn and Jude before they leave is chilling in its simplicity. Neither eat, nor drink, nor dance. Because in Faerie, dancing doesn't stop. Once mortals begin, they dance themselves to death. Jude's response?
Oh well.
We've been to court before. Not a yes, not a no, a perfect non-answer. Something that she's learned from the fairies themselves. The chapter ends with them riding into the night on the fairy horses. Jude on a pale green horse with sharp teeth and swampy odor. Not a beautiful horse, a dangerous one. And she chose it anyway. So what did Holly Black actually do in this chapter? She never once said that Jude is brave, Jude is strong, Jude is stubborn, Jude is stuck in between two worlds. She didn't have to. The knife said it. The stuffed animals said it. The 4 words, "I want to win my place," said it. That's the craft of characterization, showing you who someone really is through smallest possible details. As an English reader, this is your superpower. Once you notice it, you stop reading for plot and start reading for meaning. So here is my question for you. What does the knife tell you about Jude that stuffed animals don't? They are both details, but they say completely different things. Tell me below, I read every single one. Free worksheet for chapter 2 is in the description. Download it, it's free. It's got all the vocabulary from today's lesson, plus a character analysis exercise. Next week, chapter 3. We are finally at the court. Things are about to get very uncomfortable for Jude. Subscribe so that you don't miss it. See you guys then.